Welcome to MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next. If you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Hi there. Welcome back to another episode of MacGyver's Workshop, where you never know what we're going to be working on next, and if you're not too careful, you just might learn something. Here's our fuel tank. I let it sit overnight to cure with the cream coat in there, and maybe get some light down in here where you can see. And too much light. But you can see there's like a white lining in there now, and it's fuel resistant. And all the rust is gone. All that nasty spooge that was in the tank before, we got all that out of there, and she's good to go. So now we're going to go ahead and put our assembly together that sticks down into the fuel tank, that has your sending unit for the fuel gauge. It has a fuel pump and the sock that's kind of like a filter for the intake of the pump, so it doesn't suck any trash up into it. And let's get started. This will start by assembling our fuel pump. You'll notice that it comes with little nipples on both sides. That's to protect the pump. Make sure nothing gets in there before it starts running for the first time. And you want to be careful with this sock filter, as there's a little retaining clip in there. You don't want to lose that. So what we'll do here, we'll pop our bottom nipple off of here, and you'll see there's a little tip right here, and you just slide that on there like so, and then we'll put that little tiny retaining clip on right there. Okay, so now I have a socket over that. We'll just give her a couple of quick taps. And you can see how it goes on there. And that just locks that thing down, keeps it from popping off. I've got another little rubber boot here. Goes on the bottom of the pump like so. And then that's how it'll fit in there. And we just use a couple of zip ties. We'll get these guys going here. And there you have it. So, trim our tails off. And that part's all good to go. Next thing we'll do is work on the fuel pressure regulator housing here. This is the old one. With that, we disposed of that, so we don't have to worry about it getting in the way. Now I just take a little bit of petroleum jelly, go around these O-rings, just to kind of make it skadunk a little easier into place. And then we just kind of give her a squeeze, and there she goes, she's in. Okie dokie. Now we'll go back in with our fuel filter here, and always a good idea to put a new one of those in there. There's a little rubber O-ring. I kind of spooged this up with a little bit of petroleum jelly just to, oh hey, there we go, like that. And this goes in there like so. Then you got this kind of spring bail looking clip here. Get it in there just so. Squeeze it over and lock it in place like that. That holds everything together nice and tight. Okay, so we'll take your pump assembly, and I done clicked it in here, so put it in there, slide it over like that, and then you'll have your spring. Goes like so. This is what allows you to finagle to get it out of the tank. You can see how some of these old plastic lines had perished, and sometimes I've noticed on the forums, if this line just cracks a little bit and doesn't quite break all the way, it'll cause all kind of weirdness when and how the bike runs, obviously because it's low on fuel pressure. But we're going to replace all that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get our little fuel line on here. They're nice enough to give us some nice clamps. Fight you just a bit, but it slides on there nice and snug. Snap it in there. Tighten our little clamp up here. Alright, so this is our old sending unit, or what's left of it. And this is the new one, the replacement. Obviously it's a wee bit different, but that's okay, because we have instructions. The instructions indicate to go ahead and cut these wires off right close to the metal brackets here. Alright, since I got plenty of heat shrink, I'm going to go ahead and take this all out of here. Put fresh new in here. Got that there. We'll strip our wires here. Now, you'll notice there's green corrosion on there, so we're going to clean that up. See how bad this one is. I've got a little green on it too. Okie dokie. Now, you want the black wire from the sending unit to go to the black wire here. Now they give you a very generous amount of wire here, so we'll get it mounted in place and let's see how it all fits. Wiring here. Now I'm not going to use these butt connectors. I'm sorry, I just don't trust them. So we are going to solder our connections and then heat shrink them. Now, we're not going to see that connection come apart. I realize that that's the de facto standard and people have been doing it for years and all that. I can't put my trust in that. Sorry. You're going down the road and that thing gets intermittent. Takes a few extra minutes to watch it's hot. Just set it on top of the parts washer there. Heat gun. It's going to heat both of them. So we're going to get them both in place. Now, last step before we move on. We got to put our new tank gasket in here. Always put a new tank gasket in because the other ones perish and get all rubbery and gooey and sticky and everything like that. So now Ray Charles can see that there's no way in hell you're going to force that on there by yourself. So you want to give it a little bit of warmth here, not too much. And voila! So now we got our quick disconnect bung in the bottom of the tank. We got our line at the ready here. And we've got our fuel pump all done up right. Didn't pay attention. I had something backwards or wrong, so we redid that. Got that all going. Now, we will put ourselves together here.
Got it on there.
Yeah, well, I got to keep it on there. We'll just grab a hold of that. I don't want my hose clamp going down in the tank.
Hang in there.
Yep. She was going to fight me, but that's okay. There we go. Now we can put our new screws in. Always want to use the new ones, they say. All these little screws have these little sealing gaskets on them. guess that's why they say they're one-time use. Make sure the float's coming down. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a fresh set of plugs in here, of course. All gapped up and ready to go. Whew, all right. We got our tank all put back together. And we pretty much replaced almost everything in it. We put a new check valve in here, a new hose. Everything is all brand new. So let's give her a whirl here and see if we get her to fire up. Your fuel pumpage.
Back to life.
Whew. Don't put your bike up or any power equipment with fuel in it. Even if you've got stable, it's not going to last 4 years or more than like over a winter season or something. But he literally had to about replace everything in the tank, including the fuel pump. Not to mention, of course, he's got his buddy MacGyver helping him here, so he gets a special MacGyver rate. But it's if you had to take that to Harley, man, woo. And I'm not bagging on Harley. I mean, they're a dealership, they're in business to make money, and they have to follow procedures. And if they see something like that, they're going to want to replace everything, parts and labor. And you're going to be $3,000 into a $6,000 bike, and what are you going to do? So. Well, let's take it down I'm gonna take it down the driveway for a little bit and see how she do.
there you have it. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Feel free to comment down below. Please subscribe, of course, and check the little bell icon so you get notified when we submit or post new videos. And of course, you can always email me directly at MacGyver'sWorkshop@gmail.com. See ya.